Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. How are you, Mark?
Doing well. Where are you joining us from today?
Colorado, Erie, town of
Nice.
Erie.
Beautiful. It's probably a good season change right now.
It's beautiful. The color, the season, the trees, amazing.
Do you get up to see the aspen trees sometimes? I know the gold color they turn is beautiful.
Oh yeah, no. Whenever I'm dropping my son off to school, I get to see all the beautiful trees, aspen trees, and colors are amazing. Different
Yeah,
colors everywhere.
yeah, Colorado's a beautiful state. Well, let's
Hmm.
talk a little about as we come together today. What's maybe your focus and background? Tell us a little about what you're bringing to market at this point, and then we'll talk a little bit about AI.
Absolutely. Yeah, my background, I've been a data engineer for quite some time. I've worked on data science, analytics, basically anything data related that got thrown onto me, including machine learning. So I've built a proper foundation around what are the capabilities of machine learning and AI over time. And I also want to include, I'm very passionate. I'm a nerd. I'm very passionate about computer science. I like to think ahead of time, look at the news, and kind of predict or dream, I would say, because the things that I think about are the things that I would like to happen into this world, right? Make life easy for people and a software that works with people, but also an AI that actually helps revolutionize how we work by guiding us, by helping us, not necessarily taking away the human intuition. So that is the product we're building. We're building OrionQ's Rev Agent. So OrionQ is a revenue operations platform with solutions that are there to enhance your ROI, help you with your overall business functions. So we have a Rev Agent that does the revenue outreach. It's the front line for the to speak to the customers, provide them information they need, and also help the call center sales rep with the right amount of information so the customer, so they can help them to speak with the customer so they convert.
That's great. And along those lines, call center is obviously a big focus in the AI space. And call center has been something that's often been on the leading edge of technology adoption. Uh, how would you say this tool changes from the old school pop up that the call center rep would see? What new information or what power is it bringing to really change their job?
That's a good question. So a lot of the tools that I'm seeing now out in the market are saying, hey, look, you can do everything with AI and you can do outreach with AI 100%. And it'll also do inbound calls, which is partially true. But our goal was, we're going to improve call center. We're going to use leverage call center and AI at the same time. We don't want to automate everything. And it's we still stay the same, right? So if you tell us to automate everything and there's no people, a man in the middle, it's just, or women in the middle, it's just not going to work, right? You need people and their intuition and their creativity. So how we're revolutionizing call center now is that you don't have to change your tech stack. We work around your tech stack. Our software is designed to fit around your tech stack. Yes, you may have to get rid of those annoying, hey, press zero for this, press one for that, right? But at the end of the day, your customers are getting the right amount of information, and once they're ready, the AI does all the boring stuff, fill out the forms, applications, send you the digital business card with any paperwork. And then finally, they transfer you over to the real salesperson so they can take care of the customer relationship piece of thing, communication. See, did everything go okay? Is there anything I can help? And then finally, you have a deal, right? I, I mean, any software I purchase, I would love to speak with someone to understand the energy that the software brings, because people build software, people drive value and energy, and you want to know if this is a good fit or not. And just by giving someone a subscription, $99 a month, it doesn't really always work the same, right?
You touched on a really important point. So much of what we're seeing in the marketplace, it's not about uh, just automate the whole thing. It's about a person who's a checkpoint and then having that human interaction and human connection. But also, we hear the horror stories of agentic AI deletes a production database, or agentic AI gives a customer a car for $5 because they asked, right? And so having those people still inserted in the key processes and having that personal connection really drives success. I think I'm hearing you say that's what you're seeing as well.
100%. And then also having the guardrails and the thresholds, right? Agentic AI, like where does it, what are the limits, right? You don't want to give it all the information and access to payment system and everything, because it can go crazy, right? And send something that is completely inappropriate. $5 for a $100,000 car, which cars are pretty expensive these days. So if we, so that we don't make those mistakes, we have agentic AI, and we are also using machine learning thresholds, data engineering thresholds. So some of the old school, limits are still there, and the guardrails are still there, and also there is people to finally drive through the origination stages. Anything large purchase, we're going to think of it as a loan origination process, because lending has an origination process which is pretty strict. You have to look at the transaction history, credit score, and all that. So what if we treated every single sales as an origination process with a little bit more seriousness, especially because our customers are enterprises, and our customers, they are call center owners, and they also have resellers that sell to enterprises. So at the end of the day, these are large transactions. So it's important to kind of have a person in the middle to drive that alongside with AI. And we also build a search engine that allows the salesperson to get the right information while they're on call on live instantly, instead of, hey, can you please wait for 10 seconds, I have to talk to my manager and get back to
Yeah,
you. So that's a thing of the past now.
yeah, I think it's so powerful. And that's like I was saying, the AI is not there to replace the jobs, but rather to superpower the individuals in their jobs.
100%. It definitely needs to be looked as a tool. I wrote a book, The Humane Way to AI. And in that book, I mentioned how AI is a modern day shovel. We are better off if we take a look at AI as a tool rather than something that'll automate our entire life. Because at the end of the day, as human beings, we're naturally inclined towards looking for solutions right away. But what if we slowed down and we knew that, hey, we are in control? We still have to do the studying and the legwork to leverage this tool. And which is true in most cases, right? Even if I'm a developer and I build code, yeah, sure, I can generate code with AI, but I still need to have the technical knowledge in order to implement the code and update it, because most of the code with AI is not always accurate.
I think that's a good point that when we think about it, it answers a question, but we have to ask the question. It will give us
Correct.
recommendations, but we have to ask for recommendations. So we are the genesis of its activity, not it doesn't like spontaneously start asking itself questions.
100%. We need the framework before you can build anything, right? So you have a business problem, and then you try to solve that problem. And even in the book, actually, I wrote the the way to solve a business problem, because in T-Mobile, I was noticing that we were losing millions of dollars because executives were, like, hey, build me a tool type of energy, right? But then we slowed down and we're like, hey, look, let's understand AI and what are the possibilities with AI, and then we can figure out, okay, what are the problems that we're facing, do it manually, measure how long it's taking, go to everybody else and see if they're facing the same problem, and then finally you have a use case that you can automate, and then you can build a framework around it, and you can have the AI tools to automate that parts of the framework, because that takes away, because now you know which parts to automate, and it's more focused than anything else.
So we're saying that in the book, there's pieces where you've thought about how to take a human approach. Maybe talk a little more about as we're looking into the future. Do you feel like this is a parallel, like bringing ATMs to the banks, or is this more like the next generation of call center integration? How do you see parallels that we can draw in the past?
That's a very good question. It is, I would say, we have to think kind of in a different way when we think about AI, because there is a lot of different use cases for the same solution that we have, right? So, yes, you are bringing ATMs to the bank, But then again, those ATMs are also somewhere else. It's portable. Maybe it's in a limousine. I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere. Maybe it's in the plane, in the airplane that you're taking and flying to Hawaii, right? And it's different because AI is multi-purpose, so you can use it in different industries at different times. Our agentic, why I love the agentic framework is because I can add marketing to it, I can add the lead generation portion to it, and then at the same time it has that, I can add the guardrails for it to think logically, and let's say make social media, create social media parameters for what your campaign should be based on the personalization that it got from the historical database that you have and what type of customers convert. So it gives you the demographics of basically, hey, this is the type of customers you should go target on your social media. And the fun part about our AI is that we are affiliated with the telecom industry. So ultimately we were funded, I would say, with knowledge, with a huge amount of data, commercial building data that allows us to, if you're an enterprise business and you're a reseller and you have a call center or you are the call center, it's super easy for you to ask me, hey, can you target Arizona metropolitan areas, 5,000 clients, and I would like to start an outbound call. And they don't even have to give us any leads list. They just have to give us the parameters of what they want the leads to be. And our AI agent does the research. It finds out if they're a good fit for that product. What is the product? What historically what we have seen. So we make it easy for resellers, call centers, because it's so hard when you're blind and you're just doing outreach calls. Okay, I'm in phone number 10. Let's keep calling, decline, decline, decline. And it's just soul wrenching. It's not meant for human. But I would rather want you to get a call back from the customer and just have a great conversation and close the deal.
Yeah. It's
So
only the
that
ones
is
that are
really the
actually
big.
interested. It's the pre-qualification even, so that by the time you talk to the customer, they are
Yeah.
interested and they want your product. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And so you can use it everywhere. At a gym app, like our client, we were talking to a gym client that's like, hey, look, we have a gym app that's if you have shoulder pain, you did different kinds of workouts. That's like our AI can talk to you, to your customer via social media, Instagram. It can even send SMS, digital business card, emails. It can respond in whatever channels they need to. Its goal is to send them the right information as fast as possible.
So all of this has been built off, as you said multiple times, the data. Do you think that there's a future where a system of record becomes less critical because we have the trust in the AI to be the system? Or do you think we're always, for the foreseeable future, going to want a spot we could go to separate from the AI to validate what's going on?
That is a good data question, right? Do we look at technology to rely on, do we even think about data? I don't think in the future we're going to even think about data at all. Because if you look at data, it's some attributes, columns, and rows. But when you want to make sense out of data, you have the personalization engine or a recommendation engine that will work its machine learning magic to get you the recommendation answers you need and identify if this customer is going to convert or not. But in the future, what if we have all the data out there? Then what how you will succeed is, again, going back to the roots. What is that you're trying to solve? What is your business framework, and then how do you set the net up so you can catch those fish? Anyways, so how do you present yourself that this is the problem that you're trying to solve, and then people will automatically gravitate towards your problem. But you definitely need to have a good culture, because as you can tell, the internet's being, I mean, it's full of AIs, contents, products, solutions. So as human beings, it's impossible for us to go through that much data and make a decision. So in the future, I believe that people are going to get more productive, and the way they'll get customers is by showing their true authentic self and their culture and their company. And really, the mom and pop shop, amazing energy. I mean, I would love to go somewhere there today, right? And buy ice cream or whatnot. So that is the type of energy we need to bring. Doesn't matter what solution we bring
Yeah.
to the
So
table.
almost it becomes about the process more than it does about the
Mhm.
data. And then I think,
Correct.
does that also bring us to a point where in that end product is what's going to be so critical? If everything's an even playing field and you're able to find ice cream easily, that means you better have the best ice cream because everyone's going to find you. And that's why they're coming back. They're not coming back because you had the best marketing campaign or the best, the awareness could be level on the playing field. Now it's about the product quality, which is an exciting feature where better ice cream, only the best.
Right. And, the best is hard to achieve, right? If you want to have the best ice cream, there has to be certain amount of imperfection. That's where consulting comes into play, right? The first problem that I see while introducing my product is that, Rafsan, there is other products out there that can make phone calls. Like, what is different? And really, the difference is the energy you bring to your customers from the company. Um, AI adoption is something that's growing. It's a huge need in the industry. If we can't solve the AI adoption piece, like if we can't explain to our clients why and how is it easy to integrate our product, how does it work with different tech stacks, they won't purchase because it's the thing is like, oh my goodness, it's another migration, it's another data integration, it's going to take one more year to fix. That's the idea we're in. That's the world we live in. Also, if there is a new something brand new that you're working with and you're really having your company, taking a risk to bring this product in, wouldn't you want to talk to somebody to understand how does it work? Like the consultation piece, advisory, really being able to speak to someone and understand, okay, I am in good hands. That is more important than a perfect product, because with feedback, we can improve our product, improve our ways. But with just technology, I don't think anything will get resolved.
I think you drive to exactly the point of this podcast, which is the people are what drive all these pieces. AI can superpower us, but in the end, we are the differentiation. And so I think that's a
Yes.
great summary and insight, Rashad. Thank you. Any other keynotes you want to share with the audience before we wrap up?
Yeah, I would like to share something. I would like to say that, my company's Orion Q, and I'm not here to just advertise Orion Q. But one thing I do want to say, I see that information overload is becoming a great problem. So, especially if you own a business. So instead of looking outwards for all the solutions, measure and see what are the repetitive tasks or roadblocks you have, and then finally, build a framework around it. Like, what are the things would solve this problem? And then you pull in the solutions, AI automation solutions, piece by piece, but make sure you have a person in the middle kind of guiding it and leading it. And if you need any help with that, give us a call, and we'll would love to talk to you and help you out in any way possible. But anyways, that is one thing. Framework, bottleneck, measurement, framework, and then pick an AI product to help you out.
No, that's great.
That's all.
Good insight. I like that. Well, thank you for the time today. This has been a wonderful conversation.
Thanks, Mark. It's been wonderful. Thank you.